Is Adam Fox in your top five? I guess just where would he be on your list?
Top 5 defensemen? Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they most certainly. I my list of defensemen would surprise a lot of people, but Adam Fox isn't the one that would surprise, right? Like my list in the NHL. So the only defenseman, if I had to hand pick a player over Adam Fox, it's Cale Makar. That's the only one. I mean, it's Cale Makar. Adam Fox is number 2. And to be frank, this is where it might surprise some people. I got Charlie McAvoy kind of right there with Adam Fox, but I got Adam Fox ahead of him just because McAvoy does so many different things. And I got Miro Heiskanen in that same. So you got Fox, who I'll give the edge to at the second best defenseman in the world. But very close to him as far as what I regard as being important. I have McAvoy and Heiskanen, but Adam Fox. Here's the thing with him. It's like, this is what I love. And I was actually talking about this yesterday because I've come a long way with certain players. And another one I'll use an example of is Jack Hughes and what Jack Hughes has become as a player. I didn't think it was going to happen with him like that. Like I thought that his size would be an issue. I thought that there's certain elements of his game that would maybe stunt his growth. He's proved me dead wrong. And I'll admit that to the end of the day, like he's earned that praise by me, and Adam Fox has done the same because Adam Fox came in. I love what he did offensively. I love when he won the Norris, but been able to cover some Ranger games over the last while and really paying attention to pretty much every game of theirs. This guy's just different, and he controls things. He controls the pace of the game. I mean, his vision, his calmness. I've never played with Scott Niedermayer, who I think is probably one of the most underrated defensemen to ever play the game. I never saw a defenseman with more composure with the puck. Adam Fox has more composure than Scott Niedermayer, and that's huge because he's always hounded. He gives that little shimmy, little shoulder shake. He's out of it. His deception on the ice. Like if you talk about Magic Johnson, the way that we've seen him play basketball and on the fast break, the no-look passes, and he's always selling something different. That's Adam Fox. I mean, everything screams to you should be able to control this guy because he can skate, he can move, he's a good skater. He's not like phenomenal. Like he's not blowing you away with the skating ability. His size, he's not blowing you away with. There's nothing really he's blowing you away with except his hockey IQ. It's off the charts. Mike Johnson, who I work with NHL Network, was like, this guy it's a game of chess out there. And that's how, and by watching him play, it's just everything slowed down. He's playing the game at a different speed, and he's thinking a few moves in front of everybody. And he's incredible. He's the second best defenseman in the world. And quite frankly, he's not that far off Cale Makar for number 1, in my opinion.
So I wasn't alive to see Brian Leetch in his prime. Is it as close to Brian Leetch as a lot of people say with Adam Fox?
It's funny you say that because, quite frankly, I didn't really watch Leachy that much either. Like, I think it's more so where I grew up and didn't have access to watching a ton of hockey. But I certainly knew who Brian Leetch was, and I played against him very briefly when kind of our careers paths have crossed. But yeah, I mean, from talking to people, yeah, there was just there's certain players that have changed the game. And as far as I'm concerned, in NHL history from that position of defense, Bobby Orr is the one we're always going to talk about. He changed the way that defensemen will ever play the game. I think, and what that's like in the 70s. And then you've got in the 80s, it's Paul Coffey. And in the 90s, for me, it's Brian Leetch. Brian Leetch was another one who kind of pushed that envelope. And sure, there was other ones too along the way, but ones that really changed the game. And it wasn't until this last year with Erik Karlsson that we saw another defenseman get 100 points since Brian Leetch did. So, and Erik Karlsson's the other one who in that 2010 type range was that next guy to push it. Cale Makar, Adam Fox are those ones now that are kind of keep changing the game. But yeah, I'd say that there's a lot of similarities with size, a lot of similarities with these guys don't get hit. They take inventory all over the ice. They got great vision. They're elusive. They manipulate the game, and that's incredible because you're talking about the best league in the world, and these guys are like Brian Leetch and Adam Fox. They're outsmarting the opponent, and that's impressive.